Welcome back. I'm Shaun Bindley, and the member for Mackay, Tim Mulherin, is my guest on the program this evening. Tim, we're already running out of time. We're in election mode now. Which part of politics do you prefer? I mean, we've already spoken about how much you enjoyed being part of that election process growing up. Having had your time in politics, the number of years, and do you still enjoy this part of the process?
Yeah, I enjoy it.
It's a pretty hard time, a hard part of being a politician's
all election
life.
campaigns are tough on all candidates. It's a stressful time, but we're fortunate that most of us have great families to support us through that time. At the end of the day, I look on an election as it's a contract that you have with your local community, and they judge you on your performance, and that will determine whether you get another opportunity to serve your community or find a job. I've been fortunate that over the years that I've been able to build up my majority through that hard work and effort. It's about repaying that trust to the community that people have returned me on successive elections. So I've taken from a seat that was around about 50% up to, I think it's about 67 two-party preferred, but a lot of hard work and effort. I've certainly enjoyed the policy work, particularly working with the agricultural stakeholders who traditionally don't vote Labor, but building up that trust and respect and developing that relationship with them and my department, one of openness, transparency, where we've been able to sit down and face up to some of the tough challenges and push forward reform, and that's only occurred with the support of stakeholders such as QFF and AgForce. So it's been a real honour and a privilege to work with those people, and I get out and about, and I have a mechanism of engaging with people called Dialogues for Action, which is really a learning circle where you put the issues, you develop actions that will deliver outcomes. So a lot of the reforms, the creation of Biosecurity Queensland, a new biosecurity bill, which is probably one of the biggest legislative changes in rewrites of legislation in 50 years, has occurred under my watch. Reinvestment in new research facilities, advocating a national R&D approach at a national level. Some of the achievements, but more importantly, it's been great just working with those stakeholders, understanding their issues and working collectively together, because government can't do all things. It's a shared responsibility, and I think that we've, looking back, the department and myself and the stakeholders have achieved significant reforms which other states of different political persuasions are looking closely at with the view of adopting.
You go into the election confident in the job that you've done so far and confident in your standing in your local community?
Oh, look, I always look on my seat as a marginal seat. I've never treated it as a safe seat, but on an electoral pendulum it is. I'll have to work, it's not the 4 weeks that you put into a campaign, or in this case 5 weeks. It's what you've done in the past that will judge, and your vision for the future.
Looking ahead, do you have a timeline? Or we would take the election out of the equation. Do you have a timeline on your political life? Do you have something that you'd like to be doing in 10, 15, 20 years' time?
When I finally get out of politics, depending on where my children, where they're at with their education, my wife and I have discussed this. We'd probably want to put something back into community, sort of maybe working from time to time, a remote Indigenous community, or doing that community service, because it's been good to me. I wouldn't have met my wife if I hadn't joined the Labor Party, and so we've got a lot out of it. People have been good, but I'd like to pay it back.
A lifetime of service, election coming in. We wish you very well. Thank you very much for your time on the program this evening.
Thanks, Shaun.
You've been watching Meet the Ministers. My name is Shaun Bindley, and my guest on the program this evening, the member for Mackay, Tim Mulherin. Hope you can join us again next week.